Well, this old boat is a gift that keeps on giving. So since I was doing all this work on the water system, I thought I'd take a look inside the water tank. So it has these 3 inspection ports that I've opened. Now this last screw is all stripped out, so I wasn't able to turn it. You know, even though I pressed down really hard, I couldn't turn it. So, but I was able to pivot the cover away, whereas the other 2 I was able to take it off. So, you know, looking inside the tank, it doesn't look too bad. And I can't stick my head down there, but I'll put the camera down and you can see. So that should be where the filler. That should be where the filler comes in. And then I kind of look around, and now the tank has baffles in it to keep the water from sloshing around too much when the boat, you know, pitches, right? And so that's a baffle there. I'm trying to use my headlamp to kind of light up the space here. Okay, and you're looking at it upside down, of course. So okay, now we got this. The center part, and so I'll stick the camera down. You can see, like, there's a little space, there's a little gap cut under that. Now I haven't cleaned these out yet. This is the condition I found them in. Now I've put a couple of tank folds through. Of course, most of the first tank went into the bilge because of the leaky strainer, but the second tank full, okay, and then here's the last compartment before the line that goes to the actual water system. And there's a little bit of junk down in there, but it's not really like dirty. It's just little things that got in there over time. And so I'm gonna clean those out. So yeah, and the second tank full, you know, I used this stuff that I mentioned, and so that's what's left. Yeah, this water tank and system flush. So I was able to flush out all the pipes and the tank, of course, with that stuff. And so this is what we have. And I don't know, this is supposed to seal it. It's kind of, I think it's gotten hard over the years, but so maybe this really needs to be if I put these back, I really need to, because, you know, on this one it's stuck to the tank and not to the lid. And then I guess on this one it's stuck to the lid. So, and I kind of cleaned off the tops of the tanks here. So now, and like I said, this old boat is the gift that keeps on giving, and one of the gifts that she just gave me was this nice old sponge. Well, it's not really a nice old sponge, it's kind of a grungy old sponge that I found in the back of the galley. But it'll be good for sponging out the tank here. So that's what I'm going to do now. Well, I pretty much have these tanks, you know, dry. I sponged them out, and this is the water. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like 4.5 quarts, it looks like. And you know, if I show you a sample of it, there. So yeah, of course this is a McDonald's cup, so this can't be that much worse than what was in here originally. And then, so yeah, this is what was left in the tank after, like, basically 2 flushings of it. The last one with that stuff, and then there's those little particles in there. Look kind of like, to me it looks like charcoal, like little particles of charcoal that you might add maybe to absorb odors or something. Anyway, you know, they don't smell bad. They're just, you know, and they'd be taken out by the strainer. But yeah, I got the tanks, and the sponge doesn't look any worse than when I found it. You know, I mean, I'm gonna throw the sponge away, but what else do you do with a found sponge? So, and then, oh yeah, and I changed the batteries in the lamp, but I'm gonna put it on low because it's probably bright enough that on low at this point to take a look inside the tanks again, inside each section of the tank. So there's the filler again, and I don't. There's really not any scale. Well, I guess there's some kind of a little bit of scale, but yeah, I'm still gonna scrub. I'm still gonna scrub these out. I'm gonna take that flush, that tank, that water system flush stuff, and I'm gonna kind of mix it with some water and just put it in here so it's a lot more concentrated, and then take a scrub brush and just kind of scrub it. It's pretty clean as it is. I mean, these are a lot cleaner. I mean, just getting that dirty water out of them, I think has improved my water quality quite a lot. So, and then that part of the tank I can't reach. You know, this is kind of this kind of follows the curve of the hull, and again, I'm using this to help look at it, and looking at it upside down. So, but yeah, they wrote in the bottom of it there, 38 gallons with body. Okay. I don't know. So, and then here's the most downstream part, right? There's the outlet that goes to the line that I attached that goes through the strainer. You know, maybe you're a little bit too familiar with that now. So there's the tank inside my water tank. If this doesn't go viral, then I must suck as a human being. I mean, this has to, you know, at least have a following on Reddit. I mean, come on, folks. Like I said, the only hope left for my career is to be famous for being famous. All right, so these are pretty clean, and I think, you know, I'm thinking maybe I could just you know, kind of leave them as is, but yeah, I'm gonna make them a little bit cleaner. So it's the next morning, after I cleaned the tank, and I've upped my camera game. I realized that if I hold it upside down and when I start filming, it'll film it upright even though the handle's up here. So when I put it in the tank, you'll see that it's not upside down anymore. And not upside down is a good thing to be on a boat. Also, I wrapped the camera, the light around, and now it's like attached to the stick. So when I inspect the tank, the light won't be banging around, and it'll always be oriented the same way the camera is. So that should make for a much better inspection. So I scrubbed the tank with this brush, and I diluted that Aqua System Flush stuff that I showed you, and then I went and I scoured it with this. This is a brand new scouring pad, and I haven't rinsed it, so it came out pretty clean. And finally I sopped up all the water and then wiped it out with this white rag, and it's, you know, it's not dirty at all. So that makes for a pretty clean tank. So now we can see we can really inspect it correctly because now it's upright. See, there's the inlet, and then that large pipe on the right is the inlet, and then that other small one is the vent. Okay, in case you were wondering before what that was. And so now you can see here the inside of the tank in the correct orientation, and you can see it's not only clean, but also it doesn't look like there's any corrosion. You know, again, this is a 32-year-old boat, but that's another benefit of fresh water is that you don't really get corrosion like you do on salt. And so here's the middle compartment with the baffle between the first and the middle compartment, and then there's the kind of part of the tank that I can't reach up in that corner there. But you know, it's clean, and I haven't seen any corrosion, so I think these tanks are good for another 30 years. And then finally, here's the last one. There's the baffle to the previous compartment, and then the kind of corner there, and then there's the outlet. Good. All right. Now, and then here's the kind of the outside of the tank. There's the outlet. There's the pipe and the tube, and the only thing wrong with this really is that there's no valve. There's no shutoff valve for the tank, and I guess I could add one to the line where it emerges out, you know, under the quarter berth there. That might help a lot. So tanks are the tank. Yeah, these are not three separate tanks. They're one tank with three compartments. Looks about as clean as I can get them. So here's some extra bonus tank footage. Yeah, I got the filler hose out there. I can't really, I gotta tilt the camera. So that's the boatyard hose. Let's see here. Oh man, it's better over here too. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see water starting to come into the strainer or not. Maybe I should clean the strainer out. Well, it's too late now. I think it'll be okay. I mean, you know, some of that dirty water went through this, but I mean, if I really did this right, I would have cleaned the tank first and then replaced the plumbing, but there's still a little plumbing in there, so what are you gonna do? Okay. And I got this. Right, you saw this in my haul. Was it yesterday? Day before? So you just add an ounce of this per 20 gallons. So it's pretty concentrated, and it says like caution, you know, may irritate eyes. Okay. So it's concentrated. Let's see. Now if I take a sample with the cup nut from McDonald's. There, that's pretty clean. Well, it is from the hose. Alright, well I'm gonna go shut off the water. Well, actually, I think I'll put the inspection ports back on and then finish filling it, and then flush out the lines again.